Inside the life of a Saudi prince. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is the country's second most powerful official, behind the king, and is the king's intended successor. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll peek inside the life of the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud was born on August 31, 1985, to Crown Prince Salman bin Abdulaziz and Farda bint Falah Al Hithlain, his third wife. The 36-year-old heir will seize the throne after his father, 86-year-old King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, passes away. After his father, King Salman, agreed to remove Mohammed bin Nayef from post, he was appointed Crown Prince in June 2017. Later, rumors surfaced that Mohammed bin Salman had covertly conspired to depose bin Nayef and replace him. The lifestyle. Prince Mohammed is well known for his extravagant spending habits. He's in charge of a portion of the royal family's immense fortune, which is believed to be worth up to $1.4 trillion. A $500 million boat, a $300 million French castle, and a $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting have all been purchased by Prince Mohammed. According to House of Saud, an English-language Saudi royal family news resource, the total wealth of the Saudi royal family is unknown, but it could be worth as much as $1.4 trillion, according to House of Saud. Over decades of oil revenue-fueled prosperity, the royal families amassed considerable fortune. According to CNBC, the Saudi royal family has roughly 15,000 members, but the vast majority of the immense riches is split among 2,000 of them. For instance, the British royal family is believed to be worth $88 billion. According to the New York Times, Prince Mohammed and his father King Salman are often found in a network of marble-columned palaces and countryside retreats in Riyadh, according to the New York Times. The Al Yamamah Palace frequently hosts foreign dignitaries and politicians. According to CBS, reporters noticed gold-plated Kleenex dispensers and gold chairs during President Obama's visit to the luxurious Urga Palace. The royal family is said to own a number of other opulent homes around the world, including ones in Switzerland, London, France, and Morocco. Super yachts, private aircraft, helicopters, French chateaus, and rare paintings have cost him hundreds of millions of dollars. The Crown Prince is said to own the Serene, a $500 million 440-foot yacht with an internal pool and jacuzzi, 2 helipads, a helicopter hangar, a gym, and a movie theater. The boat has 15 cabins that can accommodate 24 people. The super yacht was apparently purchased by the prince after he saw it while on holiday in the south of France. Prince Mohammed paid $300 million for a chateau in France in 2015, which Fortune branded the world's most expensive property at the time. It wasn't until 2017 that news broke that it was the Saudi prince who'd bought the Chateau Louis XIV in Louveciennes, which is located west of Paris. The 17th century chateau reportedly includes fountains, a sound system, lights, and air conditioning that can all be controlled by an iPhone. The lavish property also has a wine cellar, a movie theater, and a moat with a transparent underwater chamber. The prince was called a workaholic, according to The Guardian, who spends 18 hours every day in his office. However, he is said to be sensitive to criticism. One source from Saudi Arabia told people who tried to say no, even gently and diplomatically, faced consequences. Education. The prince has a bachelor's degree in law from King Saud University, the oldest university in Saudi Arabia. He worked for many governmental agencies after graduation, until being hired as a special advisor to his father, who was the governor of Riyadh at the time. After the death of Nayef bin Abdulaziz in 2012, Prince Mohammed's father was proclaimed Crown Prince. King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz died 3 years later, and the prince's father ascended to the throne at the age of 79. According to Bloomberg, Prince Mohammed is not yet king, but he essentially runs the country for his father, 83-year-old King Salman bin Abdulaziz, according to Bloomberg. Controversies. Bin Salman defended China's Xinjiang re-education camps for Uyghurs and Muslims in February 2019, saying China has the right to carry out anti-terrorism and de-extremism work for its national security. Bin Salman's comments drew widespread condemnation. The killing of Jamal Khashoggi, a journalist in the autumn of 2018, when the CIA determined that he was killed on the prince's orders, the Crown Prince has become a contentious global political figure. The assassination of the journalist at the Saudi embassy in Istanbul drew international condemnation. Despite the fact that numerous world leaders have publicly condemned Prince Mohammed in the aftermath of Khashoggi's death, President Trump has stated that we may never know whether or not Prince Mohammed ordered the journalist's murder. For weeks, the Saudis denied that Khashoggi had been slain and then revised their account. In January, the monarchy stated that 18 people had been arrested in connection with the crime, and that prosecutors will pursue the death penalty for 5 of the perpetrators. According to Al Jazeera, Trump expressed support for MBS after the CIA found that he ordered the killing of Khashoggi. Trump has had deep commercial links with the Saudi Arabian court for more than 2 decades, according to Business Insider. In 2017, the prince paid $450 million for a Leonardo da Vinci portrait at a Christie's auction. By phone, Prince Mohammed placed the winning bid for Da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. Prior to the auction, the painting was expected to fetch around $100 million. In recent years, Prince Mohammed has been in the spotlight for a number of controversies. Saudi Arabia has been chastised for human rights violations and harsh legislation, such as the requirement that all Saudi women have a male guardian. Insider launched an investigation in February 2019 that detailed how a Saudi app called Absha allows men in Saudi Arabia to track and control where women travel. The reporting prompted Apple CEO Tim Cook to launch an investigation into the app, which is sold in the App Store. In the fall of 2017, the Crown Prince was reportedly behind a corruption crackdown that saw more than 200 people arrested and some detained for weeks in a Ritz-Carlton hotel. During interrogations, Saudi Arabia is said to use coercion and physical torture. According to Al Jazeera, the number of executions in Saudi Arabia has increased. 133 people were hanged in the first 8 months after MBS was appointed Crown Prince. The president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is said to have pushed for stronger connections with Saudi Arabia, notably with Prince Mohammed. Relationship with Russia. According to Ellen Cranley of Business Insider, Kushner and the Crown Prince have had a tight friendship for more than 2 years. Russian President Vladimir Putin was pictured excitedly greeting the Saudi prince during the G20 summit in Argentina in December 2018. Putin's effusive welcoming of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the G20 came after other international leaders criticized Saudi Arabia for the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. In a group photo taken at the summit, other international leaders looked to be ignoring the Crown Prince. Aside from politics, the prince has ties to the top US technological corporations and has toured some of the Valley's most prestigious companies, including Google and Apple. Prince Mohammed met with Apple CEO Tim Cook, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin in the spring of 2018. His West Coast journey included a stop in Seattle, where he met with Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. According to Uber's most recent S-1 filing, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund owns 5% of the ride-sharing startup. The fund is also a major shareholder in SoftBank's Vision Fund, which owns 16% of Uber, and significant investments in Slack, WeWork, and DoorDash. So, if you could, would you like to be the Prince of Saudi Arabia for a day? Tell us in the comment section below. And if you liked our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification icon so you can always be notified of our regular uploads.